Hello, we are Geeks Assembled. I'm Lee, that's Susan, and today we are discussing a 2022 movie, Murder Mystery, second in a film franchise. There's been three up to now, so this is the second movie, starring Daniel Craig as the private detective Benoit Blanc. This is Glass Onion with Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, to name a few, Catherine Hahn, all on a Greek island where murder happens. Um, it all begins with people receiving a magical puzzle box from this person who creates all these things, inviting them to their usual annual get together, murder mystery party. And we'll go from there, shall we? Over to Susan. Opening.
All right. All right. Well, I thought that it was something not in Greece, but in the Caribbean. I guess
Yeah.
I've got that on my mind a lot these days. Um, First of all, because the last time I went sailing with my parents, I became friends with a uh, couple from Lincolnshire.
Mhm.
Um, they are the and they are friends that I communicate with on social media, and you know I'm rather fond of those two, the Burns family, and and so I really was thinking that this was uh all Mediterranean, or excuse me, all Caribbean, but it's Mediterranean, and basically the one who has completely, uh, you know, gone 100% off her rocker is it Kate Hudson? Yes, it is Kate Hudson. Yeah, she's doing she plays Birdie J, and yeah, she doesn't have any downtime. She's just always on. So she's having the best time in New York because 150 people are camped out in her apartment, and she's calling it a COVID pod. This was set in COVID, by the way.
Yes.
And so it kind of feels like it's actually before Knives Out, actually, in some ways. And but then again, but then again,
But then again, it's the
okay,
sequel.
but then again, it's a sequel, and they do reference the activities in the first story.
Yeah.
So just forget what I just said. The other thing is there are. I mean, it's the cast is the cast of characters is bonkers, but the cast is also bonkers. Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, like you were saying, Catherine Hahn. Oh my gosh, there couldn't be anybody wackier than her. And she's playing a congresswoman. Oh my gosh. Leslie Odom Jr., Kate Hudson, Dave Bautista, and then Madeline Klein as Whiskey. Uh, she is ostensibly there to be with Miles, but is actually hooked up with um, Duke. and I really loved how it was. I really loved how it started out in the cities, and all of these random people were being gathered together, and then you know uh, they didn't expect Benoit Blanc, so they didn't
Yeah,
expect anybody with real skill at solving a mystery.
yeah, he wasn't invited.
No, well, he was by Andy or by
Yeah,
Andy's
not, but-
sisters
yeah, but not by Miles, who sent the puzzle boxes out.
group. Yeah, and this is another great movie with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The other one is Airplane.
Hmm.
I just think that that's really fun, and Serena Williams is featured on a wall exercise device, a mirrored wall exercise device.
Yeah,
I mean, that was cool too. And so they land their boat between two rising glass statues that are sunk down in the water, and they rise up to greet people. Thought that was really. I mean, it's a really fragile thing to put in water with boats. I mean, really. And then the other thing that I found that was crazy was after they landed and stuff, there was this one guy who was just there who went running through their festivities. He was not invited to the festivities, but he just, you know, hopped a ride with them onto the island. And I think that his name was Daryl. Anyway, that was crazy. I mean, he looked like the epitome of a hippie, and I just thought that was really cool. Um, and then I mean, the whole thing was really, there were a lot of incredibly tense moments. And like the audio adventure that we're going to be reviewing this week, there was something specific about being in that space that really needed to either connect the friends or disconnect the friends. And so it turned out to be a red envelope with a uh, business plan written on it,
yeah,
and so that was crazy. And the other thing that was crazy was how little fun Benoit Blanc really had in solving it, because he's just like, okay, I solved it, and he was like, now tell me what's going on here. And he had never found out what was all going on there until the other people told him what was going on there.
yeah.
So that was interesting. And um, I think that that's good enough for my opening thoughts.
Right.
What do you?
Thank you, Susan. Um, this so is the second of the three, and in my opinion, it's the worst one.
Mm,
Um, because it goes into the realms of fantasy, really. This one, the first one was grounded. Knives Out was grounded. The
in a
third
family.
movie is grounded. This one is a bit more fantastical with, as you say, with the glass statues coming out of the sea, this great big glass onion dome, all this technical. It was just too much fantastical. Um, it was more, it was not a grounded story. Um, um, and to me, the other two movies are far better murder mystery stories than this. Um,
Mm,
you you didn't need to have the COVID thing in it.
mm,
You know, you just didn't have to have that there. Um, yes, they're all friends. College friends or whatever. They got they hung out together. They helped each other out in businesses. They got to the top of the game. Um, yes, there was a
mm,
double crossing, but this one is so easy to solve who did it
mm.
because you're actually told who did it
Yeah.
half, halfway through the movie, and that's not a
Uh-huh.
murder. That's not a murder mystery if you're told who did it.
Yeah.
Okay, it works well with Columbo because that's the framework of how those TV shows work. But this, you think, what was the point if you already know this person did the murder, this person did the bad deed, and in fact, they don't even hide the fact because when I first saw this, I saw it straight away. It's not even well hidden that the drinks were swapped.
Yeah.
The, the drinks was handed. You could see it plain as day on screen. In a good murder mystery, you hide it. That was there. You could see it happen. Um, and then all of a sudden it goes. I didn't like the middle section segment where it goes back from the Greek island to the past, where the sister has the puzzle box, and she's explaining it all to Benoit about her sister who committed suicide, apparently suicide. I think, why are you doing this? Why has this movie just gone back there? Why aren't you sticking to the Greek island? You know, um, yeah.
I
For
was
me,
thinking that if there was somebody there that they were going to kill it, that if it was somebody who killed her sister who was on the island, would they be able to like restrain them and arrest them and
but,
would there
but as I said, you're told straight away that it was the person who double crossed them with the um, business plans, the copyright plans for the business to make the
uh,
money. You know straight away who did it, and you
yeah,
think, well, that's not a very good plot line. It's not a very good thought out plot.
sure.
Um, I mean, I would say there was only a few of the actors I did know. Some of them I've never heard of before. Um, I mean, I've heard of Kate Hudson. I've heard of Catherine Hahn, um, Daniel Craig, of course, Ed Norton, of course. Um, all the others
Dave
I've never heard of.
Batista. Dave Batista.
Yeah, I've heard of him as well, of course, but all the others I've never even heard of. Um, and I've never heard of them since. Um, and also in this one, you found out that Benoit is gay.
Yeah.
because of his partner um, being Hugh Grant.
Mhm. Philip.
Yeah, that was. I think that was one of the best little surprise things in the movie was Hugh Grant opening the doors. But yeah, yeah, it's my least favorite out of the three. This one, it just somehow it just didn't work for me. Um, and as I said, for the plot, it wasn't very complicated. It was to me it was made a bar numbers, but it already worked it out for you instead of you trying to work it out while you're watching the movie.
Right. Right. I see that.
As I say, a good murder mystery movie is you're trying to figure out who did it till the end. This one, oh, we're going to tell you who did it. Well, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
So, but that's just my opinion. I mean, it's a watchable movie. Um, there is a good thing in it, where he has sort of he's been loaned the Mona Lisa,
Uh.
the real Mona Lisa, um, which is if you see it right to the end, of course, there is the twist at there at the end. Um, but yeah, it's. I mean, I can't fault the acting. It's just it was the plot, it was the story, what didn't work for me. Um, yeah, I mean, as you say, he was the guy whose island it was. He was supposed to be this well intellectual um, billionaire, but he never created anything really. He got other people to do it for him. He just paid
Right.
money and think, oh right, okay. I mean, that was a big
So
clue.
that's like Leon or yeah, Musk.
Mm.
I mean the problem with his he never created anything that was that he didn't have the blueprints for already.
I mean, you had several cameos in it. Ethan Hawke was in this as the guy with the COVID injections. Um, you had um, several people on the Zoom call with Benoit Blanc while he was in the bath. You had Stephen Sondheim. You had Angela Lansbury
I don't
uh,
know.
talking to him over the. As you've already mentioned, Serena Williams. Also, you had the what was it? The hourly dong. The
Uh-huh.
dong that was voiced.
Oh,
That was
yeah, of
voiced
course
by
it was.
Joseph Gordon.
That's cool.
Oh, well,
That's really cool.
just want you to say dong.
A lot. That's funny.
Well, yeah, I had to say it once, didn't I? Dong. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a watchable movie, but for me, I want a murder mystery where I want to figure it out until the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. I think that the first time I saw it, um, I was like, sort of, I sort of thought that it was a little overhyped because the first one was so good, so smart. I mean, the up and down lattices and stuff.
That's it. A murder mystery has to be smart, and I don't.
Yeah,
This one, I think the writing lacked it. The writing was lacking here.
yeah, but it's still written by Ryan Johnson, but it's not sort of, you know, sparkly, sparkly smart. you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to the third movie, Wake Up Dead Man, it the writing in that's brilliant, and so's Knives Out is brilliant. But this one in the middle, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people say that the second movie is usually a flop anyway, but
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't a box office or Netflix flop because it did lead directly into getting Wake Up Dead Man made. Um,
so well, I'm just looking at it. Right, the budget was $40 million.
yeah.
Box office 15 million.
Oh, oh
But
gosh.
but this was during the pandemic.
Yeah,
The-
22.
So theatres was closed or whatever. But I still say they didn't have to put the pandemic elements into this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just seemed to be shoehorned in.
It will fucking date it, won't it?
Yeah, it already has.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that segment with with the injections and all like that with the masks, and then it was never mentioned again.
Yeah, and then there was all of the talk about the cold fusion, which was sort of at the end of its news cycle back
Yeah,
in 22.
yeah.
You haven't heard anything about cold fusion anymore.
I mean, going back to the COVID thing,
Yeah?
right? They were wearing the mask, wasn't they? Then they had the in the throat to cure the COVID. But when they went to the flashback where she was explaining to Benoit Blanc that her sister had committed suicide, blah blah blah, they weren't wearing masks then.
Yeah, and they were sitting in the open air.
But yeah, wasn't supposed to be traveling anywhere or
I know. I know. It's true. But these are rich people. These are people. I mean, even though she said she was poor, she obviously had some resource, and so these are rich people. They're not like you and me. They just travel different and talk different. That's why I thought that
this
was
one.
the whole thing with the Kate Hudson pod was just like some folks live differently.
Yeah, but that makes me believe that the COVID section of the movie was added on later
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
none of the other bits connected it to the COVID thing.
Right. Right.
But hey
And
ho,
uh, And the other thing that I enjoyed was the wholesale destruction of all the glass in that living room.
yeah, that
I
was
mean,
for me. Yeah, that was a bit of excitement in the movie because I think it was lacking excitement as well.
yeah,
There
but
was no.
the way that the sister of Andy was able to like um push people, sort of manipulate people into throwing the stuff around. It was great.
Yeah, it brought a bit of excitement and adrenaline to the movie because
Right.
that's what it was lacking, that as well, excitement. The first movie did have a bit of thrill, excitement, a bit of threat. Second one, third one did as well. This one didn't
Yeah.
because they were all friends and all like that. And I don't know. But anything else, Susan?
Let's see. Well, another thing that's really interesting about this is that it uh the way that the guy was a really a rich guy with a lot of tech stuff
Mm.
just kind of vaguely reminded me of Epstein. You know, you
On an
read
island.
all of his yeah, you read all of his emails and stuff, and it's just this dude kind of Miles Braun kind of reminded me of Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and so I just, but there weren't any slaves.
No,
I mean, so in some ways, it just captured that attitude, but in other ways, you know, you, if a person doesn't have slaves, they're never going to be like Jeffrey Epstein. If the person isn't a gross PDF file, then they aren't going to be like him at all.
no.
And those are my standing on points. And I just really, mm, just really want to catch that guy and stuff. And um, yeah. And then there was the aspect of the story that was about the betrayal of everyone. Everyone in that story was betrayed in some way, and that was really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Those betrayals were a joy to watch, you know. So with all of that, that's all my favorite moments and stuff.
So do you want to go final say and score?
Sure.
Over to you.
Okay. So I like this series. I like Daniel Craig solving murder mysteries. I mean, in some ways, he reminds me a little bit of Joe Kenda in a British voice. He's got a lot of charisma and stuff, and he makes intellectually astute jumps in thought. And um, so Benoit Blanc is a character that I like a lot. Doesn't even though the name is a French name, he doesn't hearken to Poirot as heavily as I was thinking. Even though Poirot I know is Belgian, okay, I know it, but this there could have been a through line there if they would have leaned on it, but there wasn't. It was very subtle and but a good character. And so I'll keep watching him on other things. And so I will give this uh I'll give this 8 glass figurines out of 10. One with a little bit of cold fusion material in it.
Radio. Yeah. As I said, this is my least favorite of the three movies so far. Acting's fine. It was just the story for me that didn't work for me. Um, so on that note, I'm
How
gonna give it.
low can it go?
I'm I'm gonna go 6.5 shots of pineapples out of 10.
Mm.
And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just they say it's the writing and the plot didn't gel for me on this one. Too fantastical. But you can't have it all, can you? So that is our little review of Glass Onion, and to be honest, the title's a bit of a stinker as well, isn't it? Glass Onion. I mean, you've got Knives
I
Out.
the only thing I was like thinking with Glass Onion is like the Beatles song.
Well, that's it. Played out at the end of on the credits, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, just they could have come up with a better title than Glass Onion. I mean, you got Knives Out, you've got Wake Up Dead Man, Glass Onion. So yeah, so that's our review of this movie. If you guys have seen it, please let me know. Let us know, should I say? Leave a message on this video saying how much you love it or hate the movie, and also if you'd like to join us doing these things we do, leave a message on any of our videos. We will catch up and find the messages, and we'll get you home. All you have to be is 18 and over, have a working camera and microphone on the device you use, and we'll try and sort you out to come on. We talk about movies, we talk about um, audio, TV, present, past, you name it, we talk about it. Also, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, please remember to press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. So, oh, there you are, ding ding, or should we say dong?
Yep.
So,
Could you hear that at all?
I heard it faintly, yes.
All right.
So, yeah, so that's us done for this one, Susan. Good to be
Hmm.
back after a break of a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, our fans and watchers. Yours
But,
truly had a lot of hospital and infection and all this stuff. It was just
but,
too much.
oh, you mean that one fan we've got? Yeah. Um.
Our watchers,
Oh, what?
yeah,
Yeah.
27 of them. That's a lot.
Oh dear. Yep. So until next time, guys. Please be safe out there. Look after yourselves, and we will see you next time.